Vishnu.
You definitely see that lotus theme coming through strongly in names like Padmamukhi, lotus-faced, Padmakam, lotus-eyed, Padmahasta, lotus hand. It just hammers home how central that flower is to who she is.
Mm-hmm. But it's not all just, gentle beauty and wealth. Some texts, like the Skanda Purana or the Devi Mahatmya, they give her names like Mahadevi, Mahamaya, Mahalakshmi, even Mahakali, Chandi, Durga. That's a pretty intense list.
It really is. It shows how her identity can shift depending on the text you're reading. The source does point out that in some places, like the Lakshmi Tantra, Mahamaya might be linked to cosmic illusion, maybe even destructive aspects.
Okay.
But Lakshmi herself is portrayed as supreme, the source of other divine energies, other Shaktis. So these names aren't just synonyms. They reflect different theological viewpoints, highlighting this huge range she embodies, from soft grace to, well, fierce power.
Right. And the sheer volume of other names mentioned, Aishwarya, Bhargavi, Indira, and how major figures like Sita, Radha, Rukmini are considered her incarnations.
Yeah, that long list really tells you something. It shows how deeply her presence and qualities are woven into countless stories and traditions all across India. She's just fundamental to the landscape.
Makes sense. Okay, so let's picture her. What does she typically look like? The source describes her as, well, elegant, golden-colored, usually sitting or standing on a lotus throne and holding lotuses.
And that lotus, it's not just decoration, is it?
Oh, wow.
The symbolism is super rich. It stands for knowledge, self-realization, spiritual liberation.
How so?
Well, the idea is, like a lotus flower blooms beautifully even if it grows in muddy water. It suggests that purity and spiritual growth can happen no matter what your surroundings are.
Okay, I get that. And the four hands, she nearly always has four hands. What's that about?
Highly symbolic. They represent the four main goals of human life in Hinduism. There's Dharma, living ethically.
Right.
Artha, which is wealth, the means to live. Kama, love. Emotional fulfillment. And moksha, self-knowledge, liberation.
So her four hands literally encompass everything for a meaningful life, not just the money part.
Exactly. The whole package.
You often see animals with her, too. Elephants seem really common, that Gajalakshmi form.
The elephants are big symbols. They represent work, activity, strength, sort of the effort needed for prosperity. And they're tied to water, rain, fertility, all crucial for abundance, especially in, an agricultural society.
Okay. What about the owl? That one feels a bit unexpected for a goddess of fortune.
The owl is fascinating, actually. It stands for patient observation, seeing knowledge, even when things are dark. But the source suggests it's also maybe a reminder, like don't get blinded by greed after you get wealthy.
Ah, like a check and balance. Interesting.
Yeah, symbolic check. And the source mentions lions, too, historically, like on old Gupta coins.
Yeah, Gupta Empire coins.
That connection, especially on currency, might link her to more martial or protective forms.